So this week we have a new moon in Gemini as well as Saturn going retrograde, and because there's several things changing energetically this week, I wanted to give a bit of an energetic update. I also have some time to kill before an event, so I was like, why the fuck not? I have this thing where if I get ready, I have to have something to film. Like, it is a waste of me doing my hair and makeup if I don't also have 5 to 10 videos, like TikTok, YouTube, everything. So like, this is me, authentically doing this, but also I was like, I need to get something out, but also like, this is a good, very relevant video idea because I think you want to be careful around what you're manifesting, starting believing around June 17th. So June 17th is a new moon in Gemini. I have a full video on this new moon that I will link down below that explains the energy for this new moon and also what it means for your sign. So if you're wondering what this Gemini new moon means, what you can be starting around that video goes into it. But I do want to mention again how new moons are new beginnings. This new moon is squaring Neptune, which is the planet of delusion, fatigue, dishonesty, and just overall not being in the truth. A square to Neptune brings out the challenges of Neptune, which is the lack of honesty, the lack of realism, the lack of understanding what's really going on. So a new moon exactly squaring Neptune at 23 degrees Gemini, I believe, is extremely likely to result in some kind of harmful delusion or harmful lack of acknowledgement for reality. I'm all up in the Abraham Hicks, like, ignore reality, do your thing, but we do live in 3D, so when I see Neptune stuff, I'm like on a human to human level, not a manifesting Abraham Hicks high. Like, I'm just like human to human. Watch out around what you're starting, just because it is likely to be out of touch with what is here in front of you, possible in that realm. Squares to Neptune can also involve self-deluding or intentionally not paying attention to the red flags that you see undergoing, like, happening around you. I think that with Gemini, this is more likely to be informational kind of dishonesty rather than dishonesty that revolves around relationships or around really intimate matters. I think that we could be lied to with facts or figures more than a relationship it could be if you are a Sagittarius or an Aquarius rising, and it is, Jesus Christ, I'm hearing, sorry, my cat meowing. It always scares me because I think that something's wrong. They just want attention. It freaks me out. So with this new moon being square to Neptune, you just want to be careful around starting something that is going to bite you in the end because you ignored the red flags, you were led astray, you decided to build it upon dishonesty, or because there was some element of being oh my god, my cat is on my computer right now playing music. Jesus Christ, I'm gonna have to edit this video. Cats love laptops because of like the angle thing. I forget to close my laptop and always they end up sitting on it and clicking play and playing music. So with this new moon being square to Neptune, it involves just being aware that you are likely to begin something that also has elements of delusion in it, and minimizing that as best you can is your best bet. When there is astrology like this, it's both a mirror for reality and showing what you do. So it is showing that there are new beginnings that are delusional going on, and you kind of want to prove the transit correctly that it's not you being deluded. Maybe you're seeing something larger than life happen that you're finding delusional. If you don't have anything in your chart around 23 degrees of mutable signs, this is going to be less relevant for you. I don't have anything in Gemini, let alone 23 degrees of Gemini, so I'm not looking at this too closely for myself. But if you have anything 20 to 25 degrees of Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, you want to watch out for a new beginning that is delusional, that you're starting, that is around information or data, that ends up biting you in the end. And as someone, myself, with Neptune on the ascendant, I think that Neptune stuff is harmful because it's like projection and lying to yourself a lot of the time. And it is seeing what you want to see and idealizing. So caution around manifesting something that needs to be very linear and financial and very that kind of thing around this new moon could be biting you in the end. Second thing happening on June 17th is that Saturn is stationing retrograde. I was going to do a full video on this, but I don't think it deserves it because Saturn retrograde is the retrograde of Saturn, obviously, whatever. Saturn is maturity, boundaries, and seriousness, and Saturn has been in Pisces since March. Saturn going retrograde shows rethinking the boundaries in one area of our chart. I'm not going to go through that here because you can look up the Pisces house in your chart and then see where Saturn is going retrograde. But Saturn retrograde shows, okay, you've worked really hard, let's take it back a little bit and reconsider the boundaries. Often this comes because of challenges where you're like, wait, this might not be what I had cut out to do or what I had expected. For example, it is going to be retrograde in my third house of communication and content. It could be that the entire content rollout that I planned for my music releases needs to be reevaluated. And my psychic said this. She said that things are going to take off to a degree that requires more strategy and more input and more hands-on with more people. And I'm going to have to like be like, whoa, let like management and she was just like, it's going to like buckle up and go. Your strategy's out the window. And I'm like, okay, sweet. That's a good thing. But Saturn retrograde definitely shows removing boundaries, removing structure, and rethinking the plan of attack that you had, the plan of seriousness. Saturn retrograde is unlike Mercury or Venus retrograde, where it's really personal or it's really like behavioral. It's more around that entire area of your life, getting a back seat around what the structure is. So this will be most relevant from now, obviously, until November, but we've been in Saturn's shadow for retrograde for quite a few weeks, and we will be until about 2024. So think of from now until, or from March until now, if in the Pisces house in your chart, you've been really going very like serious, you've had a lot of like hard ass energy of being very dedicated and very like in your focus. Whenever Saturn is in a house in our chart, it shows where we have just like military level focus usually, and we're putting ourselves very, very assertively in the driver's seat. We're really working hard. Saturn retrograde is like, okay, let me take a little bit of a back seat. Let me reconsider. I don't know as much as I thought I knew. I have a different kind of perspective on this. I'm gonna rethink the structure in place around this. This will be more challenging if you're born at night, aka if your sun is above the ascendant, descendant, horizon axis. Day versus night chart is not based on AM or PM. It's based on if your sun is above the ascendant or descendant axis. If it's below, it's a night chart. You guys are gonna have more challenge because Saturn is more challenging for nighttime charts, but it is not the end of the world, and it's not a kind of challenge that I would be too concerned around because Saturn's not really gonna be making any difficult aspects too closely by degree. In fact, it's gonna be sextiling Jupiter, and that's really nice for the expansion of abundance with this analysis. So with these two things, be careful around removing boundaries, believing people, and seeing what you want to see, even though it's harmful. This may not be the end of the world, it might not be the deepest, but I felt like an energetic update was needed because besides this, the astrology is great. Besides this, I love the astrology. Besides this, sweet, we're doing really well. This is one of the things where it's like you want to watch out. You want to be a little bit careful. You want to be a little bit cognizant. Now we're going to get a little bit of a fit check because I do really like this outfit and I'm going to an all-white party. So these are the shoes. I need to put the shoes on. I haven't been wearing these around. I have to drive, so I need to bring like flip-flops while I drive and then these as actual shoes. So this dress is just a white slip dress. I wore this in a music video that you will be seeing in about a month. I filmed it a while ago, but you'll be seeing it in a month. I'm wearing the red blood shoes, this red choker. Actually, I forgot that I now have a side table that I can balance this on. So the lighting might be shit, but you can see blood necklace, blood shoes, and that is my rendition of going to an all-white party because it fits. I actually really like me in white with this red hair. Enjoy your new moon. May it not be too delusional, and yeah, see you.